Welcome to Spam Filter for Your Brain, bite-sized ponderings on how our thoughts influence our behaviour and our lives, and because we're all connected, how our thoughts impact the world. I'm here to help people reconnect with their bodies and declutter their brains. And I don't believe that we should just magically know how our emotions and our thoughts impact our lives if no one ever teaches us. So let's learn this stuff together. Decision making can be such a time suck. So this week we're talking about how to take the next step. We've all been in a situation, even if you can't currently think of one, or one that you're in right now, where someone or something just needs to get done, and you can see the end goal of where you need to be and what you want to be achieving, but the distance from where you sit right now feels almost impossible to navigate. And I find from personal experience, and I see a lot of people, that the idea of having so many options renders us having more things on our to-do list that we absolutely must achieve in order to get to that place can feel like we're just spinning in indecision. It kind of feels quite panicky and possibly makes you feel a bit anxious about all of the things that you've got to get done in order to get so towards the idea of having achieved the thing that we're working towards. It can feel kind of like it's just not possible unless we get all of the things done. And I wanted to share with you one of my favourite life hacks, and that is just to find the smallest possible step that you can take, which moves you in the direction that gets you closer to your goal. So you don't have to achieve all of the things in the next hour. You don't have to achieve all of the things on your to-do list. You don't have to break down all of the steps on your 5-year plan. You just need to feel like you're making one tiny move towards where you want to be, and that in itself is huge progress. So what is the one thing that you can do today that moves you slightly closer to where you want to be? Is it just finding one piece of momentum? Is it just replying to one email? Is it just taking one step towards a qualification that you want? Is it just deciding that you're going to reply to a text message from someone that you've been avoiding? What is the one thing that is going to make your path a little bit clearer? And I think that when we have this idea, when we're striving for these goals, we think that everything should be really clear and really obvious and really easy that we're working towards, and that things should be better, or that things should be good or easy, or we should be able to define how we get there. But actually, sometimes the really important stuff in our lives can get really murky and really difficult for us to be able to decide what we're doing and how we're doing it, when actually we can just take one step. It doesn't need to be so complicated. Just being clear about facing the direction that we're in, just getting clear about where we want to be, and knowing that if you travel this journey towards where you want to be with just the impetus, the momentum of knowing that each action is taking us closer to where we want to be, some of it's going to feel amazing and some of it's going to suck. But if we're just facing in the right direction, we're going to keep moving towards our goal. And along the way, we're going to face lots of different emotions. There's going to be emotions like confusion and frustration and boredom and joy and lust and clarity and despair and hope and tumultuous optimism and many, many other things. And it doesn't mean that just because the decision that you're making or the action that you're taking doesn't feel good right now, that it's the wrong decision or the wrong action. If it is involving some emotions and it is traveling you in the direction that you want to be facing, you're probably on the right track. So I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet this week. What is the one thing that you can do that takes you slightly closer to where you want to be? And when you've identified that, maybe you can work out how achieving that tiny thing would make you feel. And when you can work out what you want to be feeling, then you can work out what thought might cause that feeling. And imagine someone who's already done it. I don't know, pop in a little role play thing and just try on that thought. See what might work for you. And if you can find a thought that motivates you to make that one incremental step closer to where you want to be, that is the thing that's going to make sure that you're always constantly in alignment with where you want to be. Let me know if that helps. It certainly made a huge difference in my life and hacking my way in my to-do list. I hope it's useful for you too. I'll speak to you next week. If you're enjoying what you're hearing on the podcast here, I would love to invite you to Self-Care School. Self-Care School is a membership site where we have group coaching calls every week. We have a whole load of courses that you can dip into for whatever suits your needs. We have courses on confidence, body image, timekeeping, how to manage big emotions, overwhelm, loads and loads of stuff in there. You can kind of pick out whatever you want to work on. There is a big library of workbooks, which includes journal prompts and questions for you to be able to apply this work to your own life. And we have the most amazing community where people support each other, we learn from each other, and you get to work alongside people with quite often very different life situations to your own, and we learn so much together in community. If you would like some more of this, please do hop over to selfcareschool.co.uk.